Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here once again, and today we have a brand new Apex Legends video for you. This one checking out the gameplay trailer for the brand new season that's coming out very, very soon. Now, I'm excited about this. We've heard about the new map, we've heard about the new character Ash, we've seen a little bit of things about the c.a.r SMG coming from Titanfall. So there's a lot going on this season, which is good because I feel like Apex for me is getting a little bit stale. So hopefully all of this allows the game to be refreshed in a way that makes more casual players want to come back and play, as well as keep the top players engaged as well. I know that's a difficult thing, but it's something that I think with a lot of people jumping over to Apex from Warzone in the last season or two, we've seen that there's been a lot of back and forth on what Respawn can do to really revitalize the team, the folks who are playing this game consistently, and kind of change up the gameplay loop just a little bit. And I'm hopeful that this season is going to be one that really provides that spark. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to go over a full breakdown after the trailer is over. But let's jump into it. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel, my guys. We are crushing content every day, new videos going live, so I appreciate each and every one of you. Also over on Twitch, that's where I'll stream Apex Legends from time to time, so definitely check that out, twitch.tv/JoPaWrites.
Deep in the oceans of Gaia, there is a land rich with history. Where the air crackles with energy.
Flyer, there you go.
They call it Storm Point.
I love that name. Oh, grab cannons. So you can shoot while traveling. I heard about these, but alright, you can keep your guns out while you're traveling those gravity cannons. Alright, that's sick. Some PvE enemies. I actually like that quite a bit. The map looks fantastic so far. Vehicles are back. We got the battle pass. Reactive prowler skin, sick. So the car takes light or heavy ammo, which is crazy. Fast firing, and then there's Ash. That's her finisher, nice. Oh, it's like a trap. It slows you. Interesting. There's her teleport.
Ashes to ashes.
I might need that finisher, to be honest.
Storm Point. It's a place where dreams come true.
That's actually sick. That looks like a lot of fun. Coming November 2nd, so not far from now. So a couple things from what I've seen. One, that the developer, the lead dev of Stormpoint is the same one who designed World's Edge, which I think is very interesting because it definitely is going to, it looks completely different, but I feel like as far as the layout is going to have similar concepts, which is good. Apparently it's 15% larger than World's Edge. It's the biggest map that they've made yet, which is good and bad. I mean, it all depends on the hotspots, right? We've seen it in World's Edge with Fragment. Everybody lands there. Very popular. We saw it on Kings Canyon originally with Skulltown. If there's a spot that everybody loves, people will land there. The rest of the map is going to be kind of like spread out a bit. At least in pubs, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, I'm excited about that. I think This map looks very, very interesting. I still don't like the way use of vehicles, but the grab cannons are, instead of the balloons that you can use to travel around, I think are very interesting, especially because you can shoot. You're not totally helpless. I mean, you can on the grapple as you're zipping up, but this one looks like it's a little bit more movability. You're able to adjust a little bit and return fire. So I like that a lot. What else? The map looks crazy. Lots of different pieces to explore and a lot of different variety of environments. So we just saw a green area. We saw this is like a sandy beach area. We saw a crashed ship. Let's see. Okay, so the PvE enemies. Apparently, they're gonna drop like what's Respawn is referring to as smart loot, which means that you'll be able to get better loot from killing them, even if it's a little bit of a risk. Kind of like the trials that we saw on World's Edge, but I think they're going to be out in the open, maybe, or they might be a similar concept. Certain areas are going to have these enemies, and others will not. So I think it's a good thing, right? I think having those enemies to kill is a good idea because it provides a little bit of variety if you want to chase certain loot right from the jump. That looks like a new. It looks like Blue Beetle almost, the Pathfinder skin there. Little Watson. I wonder if they buffed Watson. I know people have been asking about Watson buffs a lot lately. Here's the battle pass with the Prowler skin, which looks pretty sick. I'm glad we're getting a Prowler skin. Yeah, right there. So that's going to be reactive. They showed off some of the other skins, but I feel like until we see them a little bit closer, you're not going to really understand if you're going to like them or not. The C.a.r shoots insanely fast. It takes light and heavy ammo, light and heavy mags as well, which I think is crazy and will give you a little bit of flexibility with that. I was really wondering how they were going to do that because the nice thing for this is that we don't have a full auto heavy SMG. Like we have the Prowler, obviously. The flatline at close range can work like an SMG at times if you hip fire. But we haven't had an actual full auto SMG since they retired the hop up, the full auto hop up for the Prowler. So I'm excited to see that. I think the fact that it takes both ammo means you can be flexible with your ammo choice. Like if you run that with a wingman, for example, you can run mainly heavy and just pick up whatever light ammo is extra. So that's going to be really good. I feel like if you run that with a Rampage or a Carbine Scout, any of that kind of stuff. Actually, I take that back because the Scout, from what I've been seeing, is going into the care package, whereas the triple take is going to come out and take energy ammo. I don't know if they actually showed that off at all. I did not see that directly, which is interesting. Normally they show those changes off as well, but maybe that just wasn't in this trailer exactly. So I don't know. Ash, let's talk about Ash a little bit. She sounds very interesting. I know I mentioned this before. ACU had mentioned that no one's going to play Wraith because of Ash, and I can see with her like sword swipe into the portal why that might be the case. She doesn't have to run all the way over there. She can just kind of. However, dependent upon a lot of different things, cooldown, how long, how often she can get her abilities. She doesn't have like a L1 like Wraith does to get out of danger by herself if necessary. Instead, she's got the trap. So if players don't like running the trap as much, that's going to be a little bit of a question mark as far as whether they decide to main Wraith still or if they decide to switch to Ash. I feel like Ash's flexibility is good, but we saw with Loba and her teleport, right? You thought originally she was going to be an insane movement character, but then once we actually got our hands on it, took a little bit while to get used to how her teleport works, and it didn't make her as meta as I think some people would have thought. So because of that, I'm very interested. I think uh, ultimately Ash is going to be a fun character to use. Her finisher looks insane. Was this a? No, that was a car. Okay, so a basic rundown of the things that are happening next season. We've got new map, which is going to be probably the biggest map that they've put out yet. It's kind of crazy. We've got PvE enemies, like actual AI animals to fight that can drop smart loot. Awesome. I find that to be a great feature, especially if you want to guarantee what kind of loot you get all the time. Fantastic. We've got the car SMG, takes light and heavy ammo. If it shreds up close because it's fast firing, it could be really, really good and strong replacement if you don't care for shotguns. Depends on the damage fall off at distance, obviously. But the fact that it takes both types of ammo is very, very good as far as flexibility with your backpack slots. That's awesome. Ash as a character looks like she's going to be fantastic from the jump. She's going to have the teleport. She's going to have her little her trap, her shock trap, which hopefully works well and it has a decent range on it. It'll probably be a similar type of feature to Revenant, and only instead of silencing, it'll obviously slow and stun them. So I think she's going to be a character that a lot of people are going to look to right away, and we'll see how she shakes out. I think the downside to a lot of people seeing these leaks early is everyone jumps to conclusions. Oh, this character is going to be broken. This character is going to be OP. This character is going to be crap. Like, she's not going to be good at all. All that kind of stuff we see before they're actually released. And then once we get hands-on with their cooldown, how good it feels, all that kind of good stuff, I think that's when we're going to really know what how meta she will be or not be. And again, meta is different also at various levels, like on lower ranks of ranked at pubs, the meta is very different than high ranked scrims, ALGS, high ranked masters, and Apex Predator lobbies. So the meta is not always going to be the same from top to bottom either. Overall, like, you'll see a lot of wraiths still in pubs, whereas you're more likely to see Valkyries at the top end. A little bit of a rant here. I really hope they get back to putting out more limited time modes, limited time events, because I feel like that's something they kind of got away with. Especially like this Halloween event is a perfect example, because we saw that they're only making the actual event, the zombie horde mode, whatever, only available for the last week of the event. For whatever reason, it doesn't make sense to me. I am not a fan of that. I wish they had these limited. I know they have the train limited time mode. They have some other things like snipers and shotguns, all that kind of good stuff. I want more of that consistently in the game, and I feel like it's the one thing that they're really missing, is embracing those shenanigans of, okay, we're going to have your main playlist, but we're also going to have these fun modes to do as an aside if you don't want to sweat, you just want to have some fun with friends, all that kind of good stuff. That's a personal opinion. I don't know if everyone's on board with that, but I do fully believe that if they do more of those limited time modes, it'll keep things fresh and also get people playing, because it's so hard to earn the cosmetics and everything from the events, that at least if you're giving a bit of variety with the modes that you play, that'll encourage people to hop in there. This Halloween event for me was kind of a bust, and I hope going forward in the next season into Escape, we see more fun things with the events and less just cosmetic only events that you have to pay a bunch of money in order to unlock them, or use a crap ton of crafting materials, because for me that's just not an event that I'm really invested in, and I just don't want to play it. So I don't know if the rest of the community agrees. I know, again, the other thing personally, I'm more likely to spend money if I'm enjoying the modes and enjoying the different activities and not feeling like the event is just solely based around paying for skins, and that's the whole collection event. You know, it's actual. I'm actually able to dive in there and I completed the battle pass already, so I didn't need the battle pass points. There was a couple loot boxes, but I don't know. That's just a personal rant aside from the trailer. I'm very excited about the trailer. I'm looking forward to the next season. I think it's going to be very cool once we hop in, at least for the first couple weeks. And I hope that they're able to give us reasons to keep playing after we've gotten our fill of Ash, Stormpoint, the car, all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited about Apex Legends, the new season escape? Are you on the fence, not really all in, or have you kind of been burnt by Apex and you're not really interested anymore? Let me know in the comments down below. My name is JoPaWrites, and I'll catch you all later.